What dangers await Yugi? Can the Super Saiyans save the Earth from its deadliest foes? Find out in Shonen Jump. Each issue is packed with over 300 pages of the hottest comics, plus artist interviews, anime, and games. Let the battle begin. Subscribe to Shonen Jump, the world's most popular manga. Will Luffy ever be able to find One Piece?
Shonen Jump Magazine. If you were a manga fan in the 2000s and you lived in North America, you probably owned at least a few issues. Nowadays, when people say Shonen Jump, they're usually thinking of the Japanese weekly Shonen Jump magazine, or the American Shonen Jump digital service. But the first thing I think of is this. And hey, it's the year 2022, the 20th anniversary of the magazine, so there's never been a better time to reminisce. Let's rewind the clock back to the year 2002. Dragon Ball Z was enjoying a lot of success with its run on Cartoon Network, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a huge hit with the anime on Kids WB and the trading card game in hobby shops everywhere. The popularity of these two shows is what gave the manga publisher, Viz Media, the confidence to launch a monthly manga anthology, even though that kind of thing hadn't sold well before. And, well, they took the plunge and made history on November 26, 2002, when the premiere issue of Shonen Jump Magazine was released in North America. When you open up an issue for the first time, you're greeted by the infamous "You're reading the wrong way" page. Nowadays, this kind of thing is less common in English manga because most fans are used to reading right to left now. But back then, we had to be taught. When I first saw this, I thought it was a joke until I tried reading One Piece from left to right and realized the story was going backwards. When you open up the premiere issue of Shonen Jump for the second time, you're greeted by the welcome page. I like that it shows pictures of the Japanese Shonen Jump, and at the bottom, they proudly declare that Jump is the future of manga, which I don't think you can argue against. Some of the most popular manga of all time outside Japan got their start in this magazine. In fact, they even say it on the cover of every issue, the world's most popular manga. And again, you can't argue against that. They had Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, Bleach, and more. And it wasn't all popular stuff either. They also serialized some lesser known stuff like Akira Toriyama's Sandland, Hikaru no Go, Bobo Bobo Bobobo, Tegami Bachi, Siren, and Stan Lee and Hiroyuki Takei's Ultimo. And that's not even counting all the one-off previews they did of series like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Rosario Vampire, Hoshin Engi, and Bakuman. From 2002 to 2012, Shonen Jump was the manga anthology in North America. Now, it was published monthly, so we had to wait 4 weeks between issues, but it was always worth the wait. One thing we got in Shonen Jump that we couldn't see anywhere else for most manga were color pages. Look at these are so cool. Another thing we got were these annoying comments in the margins. Okay, so here we have like a really dramatic scene, right? So two of the characters are fighting, and one of them tells the other, "Withdraw." And then on the bottom margin, the Jump editors wrote, "I withdraw," in order to spend more time reading Shonen Jump manga. On this page, there's a guy with a bug crawling out of his mouth, and they wrote, "Ha, he had a bug. Learn not to eat bugs in Shonen Jump graphic novels." Here's a weird one. "Have a taste of this. Have a taste of Shaman King graphic novels. Tastes like chicken." Which, okay, sure. But then on the next page, they're coming out of the animal parts. Vegan-friendly Shaman King graphic novels contain no animal parts. Well, wait, so are they vegan or are they chicken? One of my favorite segments of the magazine was Manga Explorer. It was always interesting to learn about obscure Jump manga. There was one on Kochikame, one on Tales of Puppeteer Sakon, which I have never even heard of, and one talking about romantic shonen manga. My favorite one to look back on is the article they did on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, I became a JoJo fan in 2016, so it blows my mind that they've been trying to market JoJo to America at least since 2003, and very few of us gave it a chance until after the anime started in 2012. Some of the recurring segments in Shonen Jump were dedicated to a particular series. For Yu-Gi-Oh! There was Beat the Scenario, Deck Builders, and Master of the Cards, and for Hikaru no Go there was Getting Go. But one of the coolest things they did in Jump was a segment called Nihongo Lesson, where they would teach words or phrases in Japanese related to a manga in the issue or on whatever theme. Here's one that's kind of relevant. How do you say Happy New Year in Japanese? Well, it's Shinnen Akemashite Omedetou Gozaimasu. Kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Wow, that's a mouthful. Hey, why don't we try some tongue twisters? Okay, say them with me. Tokyo Tokyo Kyokyaku. Sumo momo 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 no uchi. Momo mo sumo momo momo no uchi. Bus gas baghatsu. Namamugi namagoma namatamago. Akamakigami aomakigami kimakigami. Karu pyoko pyoko mi pyoko pyoko awasete pyoko pyoko mu pyoko pyoko. But if learning Japanese wasn't your thing, Shonen Jump also offered something else to exercise your brain with the monthly Brain Benders. Here's one from 2007. Decipher this death note. You received this following letter in the mail. It must have some hidden meaning. Can you figure out what it says? If you've been reading the great manga by author Tsugumi Oba and artist Takeshi Obata, then you may recognize the cipher system. Well, I'll leave it up on screen for you guys. The first person to find the secret message and type it down below, I'll pin your comment. We need to talk about some of the ads. Forget Yu-Gi-Oh! Lose Pokemon, drop DBZ. Come play with me, winky face. Bold move, Dot Hack, but I don't think that worked out. Speaking of which, Dot Hack quarantine? Really? The final chapter? Yeah, I wish. Some of the ads were just weird, like these hot dog ads that were on the back of every issue for a while. The anti-smoking campaign, The Truth, always had these giant ads in the magazine. This one is so disturbing I don't even feel comfortable showing it. Later on they went for a more comedic route, I guess? But now I'm questioning if this is inappropriate for a different reason. Hey Truth, what f***'s up with your ads? But the holy grail of all the advertisements in Shonen Jump has to be these amazing anime figures. Oh man, they sure don't get better than these. Sasuke looks like he needs to sneeze, or... never mind. Let's look at some fan art. Now, I never sent in my own fan art, but I wish I did. It was always cool seeing other people's art printed in the magazine every month. Special shout out to Karen, who sent in a handmade Yu-Gi-Oh prop, not just a drawing. Alright, how about some reader mail? Dear Shonen Jump, thank you for saving my life. Let me explain. Tonight, I went outside in my backyard to look at the night sky when I finally decided to go inside. Upon my arrival, I saw the October 2004 issue on the floor. I picked it up and sat down. When I sat down, I glanced and saw a wasp on my lower region. When I realized what it was, I started to beat the wasp with my Shonen Jump until it was dead. When I realized what I had done, I was in serious pain. But nevertheless, Shonen Jump makes a great wasp smacker. I hope you continue to make big, thick issues, if not for the reading material, and for the wasp killer-ness. Huh, I guess that's one way to enjoy Jump. Here's another one. Dear SJ, I just wanted to tell you that a lot of people around this place love your manga, and that number grows every day. When I say a lot, it's a big deal, because I live in such a small village in Ohio. Yeah, villages exist, but no, we don't drive around in a horse and buggy. Still, it's pretty small, so I just wanted to say thanks for giving us country folks something to read. Thanks for the note, Reg. We fly jetpacks in the big city. Games we love. This is the column where they talked about the latest and greatest games. Stuff like Dragon Ball Z Budokai, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Shadow of Colossus, and Firefighter FD18? Ugh. Here's a feature on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on PS2. Unfortunately, this game never came out here. I don't know why. There were obviously plans to bring it outside Japan, but they were cancelled. Speaking of games, remember the Touching is Good ads that Nintendo made for the DS? Who thought of that? I also love this ad for Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Introducing, among other things, some people you haven't had a chance to punch in the face yet. And this ad for Red Steel that just says, "You suck." Dang. Let's move on to movies. Remember Dragon Ball Evolution? Well, Shonen Jump does, and they sure were hyped up about it. I like that on the cover, they just write, "New Dragon Ball movie," to get you all excited, but then you turn the page and see this. 20th Century Fox recruited a top-notch cast of... Okay, you lost me there. You may have to train for the rest of 2008 just so you can be strong enough to watch the movie. Trust me, no amount of training in the world could prepare you for this movie. Oh yeah, speaking of movies, Bleach creator interview. Why there will never be a live-action movie. Shonen Jump also had a bunch of fun articles about their different manga. Here's a Halloween article on some of the scariest moments in the magazine. Whoa, this scene gave me nightmares. These costumes are great though. Reminds me of this Yugi photo frame they offer to subscribers. Hang this cool magnetic photo frame on your locker. Yeah, sure, if you want to end up just like Yugi. They also had regular interviews with the manga artists. There's always interesting facts to learn from these. Like, did you know that Akira Toriyama's favorite Jackie Chan movie is Drunken Master? Did you know that Ichiro Oda worked as an assistant on Rurouni Kenshin alongside Hiroyuki Takei? Did you know that Kazuki Takahashi's favorite manga are JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Akira, and Dragon Ball? Actually, JoJo isn't a surprise. One of the most interesting collaborations to come out of Shonen Jump is when Hiroyuki Takei teamed up with Stan Lee to create Karakuri Doji Ultimo. Here's a guest column from Stan Lee. Now, I could sit here and talk about Shonen Jump all day. I haven't even mentioned the anime articles, the cultural articles, the joke articles, the art pages, the card game articles, the contests, the cosplay, the holiday gift guides, the free stickers, the free posters, the OK Jump Guide columns, the annual Jump Festa reports, the monthly SJ manga volume updates, or the next issue previews. But you know what? Let's be honest. The only reason I bought any issue of Shonen Jump after a subscription ended was for the free Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Anyway, before I forget, let's talk about covers and spines. Shonen Jump always had awesome covers featuring all their main characters. One funny thing they like to do on the cover of almost every issue was brag about the page count. Our biggest issue ever, 392 pages, over 310 pages of manga, huge, 384 pages. Then they started using every adjective they could think of to describe how big the magazine was. Giant, manga, wow, monster, hefty, beefy, stuffed, epic, giant, brawny, mondo, thick, meaty, pumped, mega, mighty, red hot, super, giga, pow, insane, bam, splat, whopping, big, gigantic, incredible. Then they suddenly stopped. I guess they ran out of adjectives. They went through the whole thesaurus and now they're at the thesaurus. The evolution of the spines is also interesting. At first there was just text, then they added pictures and numbers. In 2011, when they overhauled all the graphic design, for some reason they decided to put a big Naruto picture on the side. And by the way, no, I am not missing any issues. 2011 for some reason only had 10 issues. Even more disappointing, Shonen Jump Magazine was discontinued not even halfway through the following year in April 2012. Although Jump was popular, by the end of the 2000s the accessibility of online illegal manga scanlations made it kinda obsolete. One of the magazine's biggest flaws was always how far it was behind Japan. For example, when Jump finished the Alabasta story arc of One Piece at chapter 63 here, Japan was already well into the Marineford arc around chapter 560. So, in a January 2010 issue, in an effort to catch up, Shonen Jump in America skipped One Piece way ahead to the beginning of the latest story arc in Japan at chapter 525. Though, again, that was still well behind Japan at that point and not good enough for fans already used to scanlations. And if Jump continued a monthly publication, they would always be behind. So at New York Comic Con 2011, it was announced that Jump Magazine would release its farewell issue in April 2012 alongside the launch of Weekly Shonen Jump Alpha, a digital version of the magazine featuring new chapters every week. Plus, it would only be 2 weeks behind the Japanese Shonen Jump. A year after launch though, SJ Alpha then evolved into Weekly Shonen Jump, when all the manga in the magazine finally went same day simultaneous with Japan. They also started an initiative called Jump Start in order to expand the magazine's content to include brand new series that were also new to Japan. And, well, Shonen Jump lived on like that for a while here in North America until it evolved once more 5 years later. December 17th, 2018. This was the day that the Shonen Jump Digital Vault launched. Every chapter of nearly every previously available Shonen Jump manga became accessible for only $1.99 a month. Even better, the latest 3 chapters of all ongoing manga became free for all users at all times. Today, this new digital service is an almost perfect analog to Japan's Weekly Shonen Jump magazine in terms of content, while also offering content from other magazines like Young Jump, Jump Square, and Jump Plus. Arguably, Shonen Jump has never been better than it is now. But, on the other hand, Shonen Jump no longer does Nihongo lessons. They no longer have the silly comments in the margins. They no longer have brain benders or weird ads. They no longer have the reader mail or articles about anime or movies or games. They no longer give out free Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they no longer have covers and spines. Shonen Jump has changed. A lot. But regardless of all that, Shonen Jump has left an incredible mark on the manga community in North America. It was the gateway to the world of manga for hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions. Its popularity kickstarted the mainstream manga boom in the West that we are still experiencing today. Shonen Jump Magazine has impacted me in a personal way too. It introduced me to the manga Bakuman, a story about two guys working their way into the competitive manga making industry. It was the first thing that made me consider the idea of pursuing arts as a career. And I'm proud to say that I'm currently in my final year of art school. Before I end the video, I want to quickly count down my all-time favorite covers of the Shonen Jump print magazine. Number 10, June 2007. Number 9, March 2003. Number 8, May 2007. Number 7, January 2012. Number 6, June 2003. Number 5, March 2012. Number 4, April 2004. Number 3, February 2008. Number 2, February 2004. And number 1, May 2010. Shonen Jump Magazine, thank you. Thank you for the inspiration, the entertainment, the laughs, the tears, and all the memories. Happy 20th anniversary.